All right. Good morning, everybody. Morning, everyone that's joined us. Tinter Tuesday live. Jason Omaletsky joining us from Colorado. I am blown away that you're awake. I'm pretty sure Colorado is about 2 or 3 hours behind. So either you had a late night or you're getting a very early start to the day, my friend. Okay. So today we're going to be checking out the newly added feature documents from TintWiz. For those of you guys that don't know, TintWiz is the CRM suite for the window tinting industry. Not only window tinting, but it can be implemented on all kinds of businesses throughout the automotive aftermarket industry. But it's particularly helpful for window tinters as well. I use it for all aspects of my business. I use it for all my leads are generated. I don't do like broad advertising everywhere, and I have to check like Facebook messaging, and I have to check emails, and I have to do this and check calls and things. Everything is sent to TintWiz. That way, because I don't have to check 19 different things, I can just check one thing. I hope the audio is good. It looks like it's good. Everything's good. So it just makes my life easier. I have too many things to do. I run DSP. I do online stuff, Facebook groups, YouTube channels, my actual business, Sun Solutions Tinting, employees, family life, busy. We all are busy. So I use TintWiz for pretty much everything within my shop, from proposals to projects to, the proposal portion alone is amazing if you guys haven't noticed. And I do have other videos in regards to that. So if you guys are new to TintWiz or have never heard of TintWiz, welcome to getting out from under the rock. Welcome to the tinting industry. Pretty much everyone uses TintWiz. If you guys want more information, you can check them out, TintWiz, over at tintwiz.com. It is available as an app available for download on Android and iOS. Free 30-day trial when signing up. It's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. So today we are going to be focusing on, oh man, alligator window tint. Big shout outs to everyone here before we get started. Alligator window tint. Been awake. I know my boy Martin Fowler, he gets up at 5:30 every day, grinds it out. Biggest grinder I ever had. I am going to probably use Martin Fowler as a reference as well, just for when we start discussing types of documents to build, how to build them. If you're not very good with the words, you might be great with a knife, but you may not be very good with the words in document creation, and that's okay. I'm going to also give you some resources in regards to how to source those as well. So been up early, Jason. I love that. I love that. I love that. Alligator window tint, 4 a.m. Oh yeah, forget 5:30. Forget 5:30. He's been up since 4 a.m., which is crazy because it's like 3 hours before the sun gets up here in Florida. So yeah. I hope the quality is good. There is a little bit on YouTube. I hope it's not like delayed or anything of that nature. It may be a little bit. You know, the joys of live streaming. I have to create things. I have to update the internet. It is what it is. So if you don't like the quality of this on YouTube, you can check it out on my Facebook groups, Window Tinting Business and Window Tinting Business Public Group. They're being streamed there as well. The only thing is, if you guys have any chats, any questions, any concerns, I would suggest to go over to the YouTube channel, just because all the questions and the comments does get fed to my chat here up on my screen. For some reason, Facebook in Restream doesn't really do it very well, where like sometimes I don't see the questions on Facebook on either one of the groups. So I'm not ignoring you. I literally just don't see it. And I have this whole production going on, and I just kind of want to keep it going. So I think that's it. Zach, what's going on? What's going on, baby? Nice to meet you. Hashtag use spell check. Oh, I know. And that's a topic that we'll get into as well. I mean, we're going to cover a number of different things. So thank you for that, Martin. Thank you. Okay, well, let's get started. It is super early. I did close the door just because sometimes it does get a little loud with the cars and such. We're right on the main road. So TintWiz documents, a brand new added feature. It has just grown so much from when I started working with them 3 or 4 years ago. They just continuously add more and more things. It is, for a new person, it can be very intimidating. It's a lot of information overload, and it could be scary for some people. So much so that people are like, I'd rather not use it because there's so much to learn. But with any good software, I can vouch that once you do learn this information, how to create contacts, how to create proposals, how to organize invoices, upload things, documents, reviews. I mean, it is just such a powerful software that it will help your business. So if you are in that position where you're like, I want to use TintWiz, but there's just so much shit I got to learn, like, what am I supposed to do? There are resources out there. The customer support, I've been working with TintWiz for over 3 years, and I don't know everything, and I'm always learning new things. Their support system is very good. Their messenger, you message a question, and they answer it within 5 to 10 minutes. I mean, 10 minutes is probably really, really long. Probably 5 minutes. They have a question, or they'll look it up for you, and they'll explain it to you. In addition to that, there is a Facebook group, the TintWiz community. You can get resources and help there. And there are a number of coaches for TintWiz as well. Haas Evans, the Baker boys are very good. Shady. There are a lot. So there are too many for me even to answer. So there are resources as well for additional information and help if you need it as well. So don't get discouraged. You just got to learn it and move on, right? Yes, T-Town Tint says I'm a horrible speller. As am I, sir. I grew up in the spell check era. If you guys ever see me spell, there's a reason why you don't watch me type and spell, because it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. PHs sound like Fs. It's horrible. Anyways, moving on. Tony, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so again, documents. We're going to go ahead and go right into it. Let's see here. So I'm going to be sharing my screen this morning. So this is TintWiz. If you go here from the dashboard, this is my business page, so you might see some stuff. It is what it is. From the dashboard here, you're going to go over to documents. It does say new. After a while, the new will go away. It was the same for reviews. So this is where you get into documents as it is being new. They do have all this information. You can dismiss it and kind of get it out of the way. But we're going to go over the learn more information. Just go ahead and click and learn more. We are going to review all this information right now. It might be a little tedious. If you kind of know this portion, you can fast forward here. How to create documents and send them for signature. And it does, I mean, look at all the information. Look at all the information. Beautiful. All right. So we're just going to briefly review this. Contracts and servicing agreements are essential business tools for professional business relationships. Without clearly defined and agreed contracts and all sorts of problems. FYI, I'm not the greatest reader either. We're moving on. Without clearly defined and agreed contracts and all sorts of problems can occur. That seems like a typo, but maybe I just can't read. Tint Wiz provides a simple way to create documents, include them in your proposals/invoices, and send customers for signatures when necessary. Really, really great tool, especially if you need people to pre-sign different documents. I personally have people pre-sign documents for window tint removal. So that they acknowledge the process in which it could happen, and most importantly, the potential risk for loss of defroster lines, so that they kind of know and get into it right away. That way you don't get yourself into a bind. Oh, I explained it to you. Oh, I didn't understand that you would actually lose my defroster lines. Well, it's clearly what I said. Well, now it's a hearsay. It's he said, she said, right? And I mean, you don't want to go to litigation or anything like that. But then as a good business, you just bite the bullet and pay for it, right? But we don't, as business owners, we don't want to pay for things that isn't our damn fault, right? So so a document like that explaining everything and them signing it just gives you an extra layer of protection in the event that it does go to litigation or you do want to fight it. It's very clear, very plain and simple that they've read the document, they reviewed it, they agreed to the terms by signing it. Here is their signature. It's irrefutable. So unfortunately, with a growing business, you do have to protect yourself, right? We're starting to get into projects, commercial projects. It could be into the tens of thousands of dollars, and a mistake could be very, very costly. Particular vehicles that you work on, $100,000 vehicles, $200,000 vehicles, those get very pricey as well if mistakes happen. So just part of the business. We got to grow and we got to cover our asses. Number one, Tint Wiz provides, I already said that. To add documents, go to documents from the menu and then click add new. So add new is right there. This is pretty much the same screenshot. And I love these screenshots that they give you because look, this is what you're looking for. Some people can read this and they're like, I don't know. They're giving you helpful hints. Hit the documents section over here on dashboard. And then here in the purple button, you can go ahead and just add a new document. Enter a title for the document to make it recognizable in the system later. Use the something editor to type and design the agreement. Documents can be created for care instructions, agreements, contracts, warranties, etc. I have created aftercare instructions. I'll look into it as well once we go into here. What have I created? Aftercare instructions for architectural. Thank you, Martin Fowler. I was saying flat glass for the longest time, but the common person doesn't know what the hell flat glass is. Only tinters. So I changed it to architectural. We also have an automotive post-installation care instructions. These are just pretty much care instructions and what to expect after the installation is completed. I do have a window tint removal waiver. This is for them to sign prior to me doing any removals on window tint. I don't care if it's a back window, a quarter window, or an entire car. It doesn't matter. They get this and they sign it. And this one is more realistic expectations for window tinting. This is just what it says. It's a realistic expectations list. It's not something I need people to sign, but it is something that people need to be aware of. Those people that are uber picky, that think it's going to be a perfect job. It explains very much cut and clear. Window tinting is an automotive aftermarket product. It's a handcrafted art. There is no perfect window tinting installation. For those people that like see one tiny little speck, they need to be understanding and have realistic expectations in regards to what they will see. I'm not saying that that I'm going to produce an end product that is subpar. I'm not saying that, but this is for the uber picky people. They're like, oh, I see one speck in my back window. Cool. It's tiny. It's in the corner. It's very unnoticeable. We're not going to go ahead and redo it and potentially remove your defrosters because of that. Like there needs to be some give and take here. So those are the 4 documents I have now. I will be adding more in the future. Lastly here, warranties. I am trying to get digital copies of my warranties. I'm trying to go 100% paperless. How's the overhead? There we go. I am trying to go 100% paperless. My manufacturer, they send me warranty paperwork. They don't charge me, obviously, because I'm buying film and I'm doing other things with them. But it costs them money. It costs me time. I got to physically write the stuff down. It's just a lot easier if I can do it digitally, copy and paste it. It just expedites the entire process. So I will be adding my my warranties, whether it be flat glass or automotive, into my documents section so that I can go ahead and send it to them. So this is what it will look like when you're creating a new document. There is a title up top, and then the body. I will let you know that I did notice that when typing in the body, there is no spell check. Now I did create these on a computer. I did not create these documents on a tablet or a cell phone that mainly runs off of, like, my wife. That mainly runs off of software, spell check software and things like that integrated within phones. So it could be different on a phone. I don't know. But from what I checked here, there is spell check within the title section, but there is not spell check within the body of the documents. Maybe something for TintWiz to add into the pipeline. But what I learned how to do, I didn't know this until I sent my documents over to Martin to check them, just to verify them, get a second pair of eyes on him. And he told me the wording is great. There's just spell checks and grammatical errors all over the damn place. And I'm like, copy that. Thank you very much. So what I ended up doing is I ended up typing out everything within the body and then opening up like Word or something that has spell check and throwing it in there to see if there was any grammatical errors or anything of that nature. So that's one thing that I noticed that needs help in assistance. You can also set sending settings for the documents here. Okay, sending settings for the documents. So show customer details and full name required. All right. So let's read that again. You can also set sending settings for the documents here. When you send a document for signature to a customer from a project, you can choose to show the full customer details and require the customer to fill in their full name before signing and submitting. And we'll get into that. If you send a document through the projects portion of TintWiz, it will require a signature. If you're looking to send documents like aftercare instructions or things of that nature after the business has concluded and you don't need a signature clearly, I mean, you can send it to them. If they want to sign it, they can sign it and get it back to you. But there's another path that you can do it as well that doesn't require a signature, because they might get confused. They're like, oh, it's after the fact. He's sending me this, but it requires a signature. Like, why am I signing something? Like, it kind of like clients may feel like you're trying to dog ear something into there. Maybe you messed up somewhere and you're trying to like slip it in. I don't know. People are very cynical. So from here you can set the sending settings, show customer details or don't, which I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that, right? Because it's the customer, you're working directly with them. There's got to be a reason. I just can't understand it why for right now. Full name required. I guess another layer, they are going to sign it within the documents if you send it through the project. So I guess another added layer so that they know what they're signing. When you're done, click save and preview the document as a customer would see it, which is very cool, right? And I love The Office. Dunder Mifflin. I love like the Office references here. It just a nod to like Eric and all the people at TintWiz, because it's just, they're not robots. They're obviously real people, and I don't know. I appreciate it. I love it. Yes. Number 3, in this view, you can also copy a public link for the documents to include in anywhere you need To preview the public link, click view, and to download the PDF version, click PDF button at the top right. All right. This public link does not allow signing or showing any customer details. So this is good. Again, this is good if you're just trying to send documents to your clients. This is actually really good just because you just may want to send the information and you don't need a signature. It's not required. Like, here you go, aftercare. Thank you very much. Business has concluded. This public link does not allow signing or showing any customer details. Using public links can be useful to share care instructions and terms and conditions with customers. Exactly. For example, you can include a document link, a public link in your proposals extra fields from settings and configuration. And then this is what they can get, and they'll be able to get that when you send out a proposal. So you send out a proposal, you can just add the care instructions and the terms and conditions when you do send out proposals like that. It's just documents that they have. They may not need it now, but they will need it eventually. So that's good. Important. Keep this in mind. PDF download links are not public and would not work inside and PDF download links are not public and would only work inside the app when you are logged in. Only use the public view URLs when you need to share documents. So for you can download a PDF within TintWiz, but it only works within the app. Your clients don't have the app, right? So that's very important. Don't send them the PDF download link because it looks like they will not be able to open it. Use the public links, the URLs. It sends them to a website. Everyone has access to the internet. Not everyone has access to TintWiz. That's not a window tinter. 4, to send a document for signature to a customer, go to the relevant project and locate the documents section. So, and we'll go over that. So within projects, and we're going to go over all this. So within projects, you can scroll down to documents and you can click that, and then you can select the documents that you want them. And this is important. This is where you send documents that you want clients to sign. That is the most important thing. Differentiating where sending information for clients that they need versus documents that they do need to sign that is required before you start and conduct any business, i.e. Window tint removal waivers for me. They need to sign that before I even touch the vehicle. Sorry, my camera's a little off. There we go. It's just the cover. So this is where you would go. Within the projects, slide down to documents, select the document that you would like, and then send it to the customer. Click send button, project documents selection, and select a document. You can also create documents from scratch at this stage also. Wow, okay. Like creating a document just in and of itself takes time. It took me some time. It took me 2 or 3 hours, right? So creating a new document, it's good if you're wordy and you're good with it, but just make sure it sounds professional, make sure it looks good. I guess there are certain sections where you can be like a specific scenario where like, okay, we are agreeing that these are the terms. Maybe this has happened and this has happened. Client has understood these terms. I've spoken with them. Now signature is required. Boom. Then just so like if you have some like off-wall conversation, off-record conversation and agreement that you two have, I guess that's where this could be useful, where I spoke with the client in regards to this. He agreed. He understands. We will not be liable for anything. Boom. Send it. Sign it. Boom. Good. Moving on. You will be presented with the contents of the document. Document contents as you send them will be stored along with the customer signature in the system. So changes you do on the document contents when sending to the customer will be only relevant to this project and particular send. Okay, so that's nice. Again, if you don't want to build a document from scratch, you can add an asterisk to an existing document, and then it doesn't change the parameters of that, like that document for everything else, just particular for this project, for this situation. So that's good as well. Once you hit send for signing, your customer will receive an email link to sign the document. Let's read that again. Once you hit send for signing, your customer will receive an email with a link to sign the document. And this is what they will get. And I love that they added this too, because we have access to this, all these screenshots we have access to, but we don't have access to what the customer sees. For me to be able to know what the customer sees, I actually have to do a test run and send it to myself so I can see what the client is viewing and what the client is experiencing, so that I know what it's like on their side. So like if they have questions, like, oh, well, I saw this on my end. If I don't know what they're talking about, it's very hard for me to explain it and guide them through it, even though it's pretty cut and dry. I sent you a document, sign it. But yes, clicking through the view and sign documents button. So this is what it'll say. Please review and sign the documents by clicking view and sign document button below. It's very simple, very cut and dry. Hello, John Samples T. This is the information. They're sending a document. You might want to tell them, like, I have a couple documents that it's going to send you for signature. Just go ahead and run through it, read over it, sign it, and we can move on. And then this is what they're clicking through the view and sign document button. Your customer can sign and submit the document. This is where it's required, where they have to type in their name, and then they do sign in below, and then they confirm and submit. So that's what the client's going to see. When a document is signed, you will be notified in the app through the notification section. It will tell you the documents were signed and who signed it and what it was. So that's really good, especially if you're like on the fly, you're managing multiple projects. Your tint shop is running 4 to 5 to 8 cars a day. Who knows? 8 cars a day. You have flat glass crews out there. You're doing estimates. They're like, it starts to get really overwhelming, right? So to be a successful business, you need to be able to organize and systematically do certain things, make it easier for yourself and for your employees. You know, one goal for me is that while I love what I do and I love waking up and tinting cars and doing a number of things, I want to run business. I want to own a business. I don't want to own a job, right? I want the ability to leave this organization, maybe take a vacation, take a personal day, do something for myself, and leave it to my employees. And I know that they can do that without me being there. That's the difference between owning a job and owning a business. If you leave your business and it fails, you never owned a business, you owned a job. So I'm always looking for that. Even though this is my first year in the shop, like I'm always planning for like the long term, right? I want to be running a successful business, window tinting business, where I don't need to be here. I have employees, I have management layers, I have installer layers, and so forth and so forth. So always food for thought, keep it in mind. You can see the details of the documents by going to the project and clicking on the document in the list. So you can review it. You can click the list within the project, all the information. The document, along with the customer's signature, will be stored on the projects in TintWiz. So that's good. So if you needed a particular sign, a particularly signed document, then you can just go to the customer, go to the specific project, and pull up the signed document. You know, because the beautiful thing about signed documents is that the client could be like, oh, I don't remember signing it, even though they signed it and they sent it to you. They're like, oh, I don't remember signing anything. I don't have it, right? Again, now it's their word versus yours. And then you can be like, oh, okay, cool. No worries. You lost it? Not a problem. That's why we're organized. That's why we're a professional business. Here is the copy of your signed signature of the document. Thank you very much. Have a good day. If you would like to download and archive a PDF copy of a signed document, click download signed PDF. And then this is where you can do that, right? So the PDF link is not public, so it won't work outside of the app itself, but you can get a PDF sign. You can get a PDF copy, not a PDF link. There's a difference, right? So if you needed to physically print this out and show someone or something like that, there is the ability to do so. So we've gone through all the instructions that the TintWiz offers us. Again, Once you're back at the dashboard, we're going to come down to documents right here on the left hand side, click documents, and then learn more. It'll open up another window, and this is where I got to this section. So if you want to review this in further detail for yourself, that is how you do that. I've gone over the documents section with you. Let's review some, just real quickly, I can review some. So let's see post-care instructions. So this is that's the finished version. So this is what it would look like on your end when you're creating a title. You create a title. There is limitations. As you can see, I'm typing and it won't stop. It'll stop, right? So there is a limitations on the titles. You can't put it this long, complex name. You have to just even this is still pretty long and complex. You could just put architectural aftercare instructions, right? I could, right? I'm trying to be professional here. But then the body here, you can type in anything that you want. You can extend this a little bit if you don't want to roll it down. Show customer details, full name required, everything of this nature. And again, just keep in mind, there are some basic tools for typing, like I centered the title, and I put it in bold so I can create a title. There's bullets for different bullet points that may be needed, and a number of other things. So kind of play around with this. Like I said, the only thing is, let's say I spelled something incorrectly, it does not tell me that it's spelled incorrectly. So just be aware of that. Maybe type your documents in Word first so that you can get the grammatical errors out of the way, and then copy and paste into the body here, and then create it the way you want it to create it, and arrange it the way you want to arrange it. Now, once you are done and you're happy with the wording and the title and everything, you can save it and you can view it. And this is what you're going to be viewing. What the client will view as all your business information, our contact information. One thing I did do is I put contact information here at the very bottom. And then when I previewed it, I realized that all my business information is already added through the app. So that was not necessary. So I had to go back and pull that out because it was a little redundant. Like at the end of it, why would you give me contact information when it's clear at the very top? I'm obviously I'm just trying to avoid looking like an imbecile to our clients. At this portion here, you can copy the URL link. That is the live link that you can copy, and you can even add it within an email or something else like that. If you need this document but don't need it, and you don't need it signed. And this is what the client would get. They would click the link and then it would look like this. Download PDF. Let's see what this is. So you can download the PDF and then you can save this actual document as a document into your computer, is what I'm assuming. Because when I read the instructions in the Learn More section, there was a difference between a PDF link, because it only works within TintWiz. I'm gonna have to talk to them and get a little bit more of clarification in regards to that. But here I can just download it and save it to my computer, and then I have that as well. Would anyone need printed? I guess you could save them and print them for your clients, but why do that? It's so much easier to just keep it paperless, right? Because what are you gonna do? Print these and give it to your installers, and they install it, and then they have to go over this paperwork and information? No, just all the information is sent to you. Thank you. Have a good day. Goodbye. Right? So that's that. And let's go ahead and create a project and add documents to said project, and kind of go over how we do that. Before we do that, let us. I did see some chatter in the chat here. Audubon Window Films just came out with a digital warranty cards. Looks pretty badass. I'll tell you what, a company that has really, really popped on the radar for me is Audubon. I'm very, very impressed. A few years ago, they were there, right? But they were just one of these companies that were just kind of there. I love seeing a company that really starts to I feel like they're out there for the window tinter. There are companies that get so large and so big that the feeling is that they don't appreciate your business. They don't appreciate you as their client. Oh, you're not bringing $1 million worth of window film business to us? We don't give a shit. You're gonna leave? Bye. Like, and that's literally how I feel. You know, there are some companies that and I try not to name names because I don't want to be I don't want to slander. I mean, it's not slander if it's the truth, right? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but there are some companies that I called. I remember when I started, I'm like, hey, I heard your window film's really awesome. You guys pop up in Google searches and things like that. I'd love to get a sample roll. Keep in mind, I had maybe tinted one car at this moment. I was just really excited about getting in the business. I really would love to get a sample roll. The guy literally laughed on the phone. He says, ha, 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 ha. No, we don't send samples. You either buy from us or you don't. I'm like, wow, wow. I mean, going along with this initial customer service experience, I don't think I will be doing business with you. I don't give a shit how good your shit is. So that was the taste, and I will never do business with said company. And I know them, and I know they do very well. They're never getting my business. I just won't talk bad about them. Well, I will. They just don't know. So yeah, no, going back to my point, Autobahn has just really, they acquired a number of guys that are very vocal, very open, very interactive within the industry. Jason Omaletsky is a rock star in regards to that. Everyone knows Tint Dude 3. And he's just been doing very well with the traveling tinter and doing all aspects, sharing different things and tools and stuff like that. He's just been such a great resource. And for Autobahn to acquire him as an employee was just the smartest move. Just the smartest move. So big shout out to Autobahn, the cool things that they're coming out with, digital warranties and other things. Really awesome. Big shout out to them. Shout out to Alligator Window Tint for the $5 super chat. Let's see what he says. I disagree. Have them sign that. Then picky people signed the standards and they understand. Gives you a leg to stand on. Let's read that again because I'm not a great reader. I disagree. Have them sign that. I don't know what you're talking about. We went through a lot of documents. I didn't see it at the time. Sorry, Martin. Then picky people signed the standards and they understand. Gives you a leg to stand on. Okay, so and there are different ways to integrate this into your system, and you can do it any which way you want. As you saw, I had 4 separate documents, right? For me, I don't believe it's necessary for me to send architectural aftercare instructions to clients that are doing automotive work. Like why are you sending me this, right? And I have specific signings and specific documents for specific situations. Martin is on a different part of that spectrum. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying he's right. It's just a different way of looking at it. Martin has one document, but it encompasses everything within that document. And then that way they sign one thing. And I can see it from Martin's viewpoint, right? Whereas a client could be reading one long document and have one signature and then you're done. Versus me sending like 3 or 4 documents and then it seems like they're signing off a mortgage, right? I'm just trying to tint my car. Why am I signing 4 different documents? This is like, so I can see where Martin comes from on that. And I haven't really decided if I want to go that path or just stick to shorter, more specific documents for the setting. But that's the beautiful thing about this. You can do it any which way you want. So T-Town Tints, they have some great things in the works. Great manufacturer they are. Yep, Autobahn. We're talking about Autobahn. T-Town Tints says, Alligator, wish they had carbon film. I would for sure switch over. I'm a firm believer in carbon window film at this point in my tinting time. Carbon, T-Town Tints, you're right. I mean, carbon film is very popular. Color stability and things of that nature. I have talked to some manufacturers where like it's really no different than dyed films. I've literally talked to manufacturers like just because they a little bit of carbon in there, they call it carbon film, right? That's like taking a Honda and then throwing a Ferrari emblem on it and calling it a Ferrari, right? Maybe not in the same terms, but it just because there's a speckle of carbon doesn't mean it's like they dug it out of the ground. There's carbon out of the ground and it looks like window film, right? So take everything with a grain of salt and test it out and experience it for yourself. If it bites you in the ass, don't use it anymore. So no, and now Two Tints and them are having a conversation on their own, so I'll leave that be. T-Town says, I did grab all these you and Marco have shared. I'm going to take them, take what you all have and what I have already and make make one that I want to fit for my customers. Exactly my point. So within the, I think it was the TintWiz community, Marco, the film trainer, uh, he uh, he was posting up other documents as well, and which was really funny because I was not like, I wasn't in cahoots with Marco, but I was literally doing the same thing. And I saw him posting it. And I'm like, haha, funny. I'm doing the exact same thing right now. And he's like, post it when you're done. So like, doesn't have to be perfect. There was grammatical errors everywhere, but like it just gives you kind of like a lump of clay to work with, and then kind of just like form your own at the end. So that's a good viewpoint, or a good topic to talk about. If you're not great with the words, if you're not great with like, I feel weird because I'm not like center. Here we go. If you're not great with the words and creating documents themselves, reach out to your fellow window tinting associates. That's why I mean, hey, there's like 20,000 window tinters in my group. Which is fucking crazy to think about. Like it's crazy, right? But there's literally like 18 to 20,000 window tinters in window tinting business, the private group, few thousand in the public group. But they're great resources. There's other window tint groups as well. The TintWiz community is a very, very big one, and a number of other ones. So go check it out. Dive in on. There are some groups that I don't particularly care for. I won't name names because I think they're all doing a great job. They all try to help and do good. But there are some window tint groups that like I felt like it was the Wild West, and I got like crucified for like questions, like simple questions, and they were doing it to like new people, and it wasn't like a very welcoming. Come in, welcome to the community, welcome to window tinting. Like that wasn't the vibe I was getting, so I dipped out on them. So, and that might be your jam where you're just like I'm a professional, cut and dry. If you're not a professional, get the hell out. And some people think that way as well. So you can find all these resources online. It's not like it was 10, 15 years ago where literally tinters were on their own and they protected everything so hard and so aggressively. Like now it's like everyone is sharing. The pie is huge. There's so much money to be made. Why not help your fellow tinters? So that's the way I feel, and that's how I am. Okay, so we went over the questions. Have you noticed sending takes time to have you noticed sending take time for customers to get them? No, because I haven't sent any yet. So I've been dabbling with documents for probably about a week or two now, right? Before I create like a video like this, I don't like script my videos. I don't have anything here. Like there's no bullet points, or I just hit record and tell you what I think, right? So I don't typically do it. I might do a video like when a new feature comes up, just to give you a video on like the first take. Like, how do I feel? Does a flow really easy? Do they explain it well? Can I get a handle on it? Like I might do a first reaction video. But if I am going to go into a full deep dive into a particular portion of TintWiz as the TintWiz ambassador, I believe it's my due diligence to at least work with it and understand it to the best of my ability before I present this to you. Because if not, what the hell is the point of this video? You're just like, I'm not making videos just so you guys can see me. I don't give a shit if you see me or not. I want this to be helpful for you guys. C-Town 10 says, I tested one on a customer, had them sign it, and it sent them sign it. It did seem to take about 5 minutes to get. Let's not worry about that. They did get it, right? Those are the things you got to work on. Not anything's going to be perfect, right? I know we're in a digital age. Nothing's going to be perfect. Like, is it 5 minutes? I don't know. Could it be 5 minutes? Could it be longer? Who knows? The important part is they did get it and they did receive it. So maybe that's something that TintWiz can work on. But I think the on the whole, as long as they receive the document, that's the most important thing. So yeah, let me go ahead and go back here. So going back to my share screen here, this is the dashboard. Let's go ahead and create a customer, add a lead. John Doe test. Test. There we go. Cell phone number, blah, 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 email, blah, 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 blah. Let's call let's save this and save customer. Oh, I guess yeah. At gmail.com. Okay, so this is very interesting here, and I realize this. So when you're getting into the contacts and creating a contact, This is creating a profile within TintWiz for this particular contact, John Doe Test, right? But if you know that they're going to be getting into doing a car, or you know they're going to be doing a house, you can get that particular information here, but you can open up and select what kind of project, save and create a project automatically versus saving contacts, going into the contacts and creating a project from there. I know that they're going to be automotive, so you can just click this little pull down button, and I know they're going to be working on a car, and it goes straight into like the car project. Let's get it going. Let's just say they're driving a 23 Audi A7, which I saw like an A7 or an S series Audi like commercial for it. It looks so sick. So sick. Okay, let's say that this is it and this is the project, right? So now we're within the project. Before we get started, I do have some documents I want my client to understand. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the documents section. And then here's the document section. Click send. And then it's going to I should really put my real phone number in here, so then that way you guys can see what's going to send. Okay, let's do that. This is my real phone number. There's a number of ways you guys can contact me. If you guys really are bored and want to call me, you can definitely call me and actually speak to me, but don't waste my time and don't call me giggling and hanging up unless you're Jason. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to put my real phone number in here so they can send me, so we can see what the documents are going to look like. So again, these documents are going to be sent, and since we're sending them within the documents that's within the particular project, they are going to be sent and requesting signatures. So let's just say there's going to be tint removal, and it's going to pop up here, information. This is the first look I'm seeing this as well, because I've never actually sent a document. So this is good for all of us. It's going to confirm the email address, which is the fake, phone number, which is real because it's going to be sent to me, and then the name and a company name if you're doing commercial stuff, address here if you needed it as well. Excellent. Have a great day, Martin. Have a great one, my friend. So title here, this is everything I've already previously created, and I want them to sign it, save, and send. Sending documents to customer. Are you sure you want to do that? Yes. Let's go ahead and do that. It will send redundantly to your phone and to your phone and to your email. So I'm going to go ahead and put my phone here and just kind of waiting for the SMS. Did I receive it already? No. Interesting. Back to T-Town Tints theory in regards to how long does it take for them to receive it. Obviously, I put a fake email address in there, so I have yet to receive the said text. So we're just going to kind of wait for that to come through. But as like you can see now at this point, let me go ahead and show you guys what I'm looking at here. As you can see at this point, once the document is sent, it's pretty much like proposals. There is an indicator right here. I can see that it's sent. I can't see. Once I view it, this will turn purple and say viewed. And then I believe it turns to green because I've never done it before. I believe it turns to green once the client sees it, signs it, and sends it back. Radio buttons, you can see details. You can see sign link. If you guys wanted to, the details, this is the information. So that's a good thing, right? So what's the status, the details of the said signature, more information, and just something like, oh, if they didn't sign it, you can be like, oh, what are we doing? We didn't send the right email, or this is not the right phone number. Like a number of different things we can do to see, and then the status. And then if you want to open the link as well, this is what the client sees. They're going to get all this information, their information right here, looking so professional, going over the document. They're going to need to sign, and then send, confirm, and submit. Obviously, if you're reviewing this, don't do this, because if I hit confirm and submit, it's going to change the status of this. So don't do that. Don't do that. Let's see here. It has been a few minutes and I've yet to receive the link. So it may take It may take a little bit of time. It is a new feature. It is something new that they're doing. Sending SMS and emails out is not new to TintWiz. They do it for proposals and they do it for invoices. They also do it for reviews within TintWiz, or you can link your other videos to that as well. I mean, link your other emails, or like I have like my Google My Business is linked to there, so they can choose to be in the TintWiz platform, or they can leave that and go review on Google My Business or on Google. So, and reviews, that's, I believe I did a video on reviews. I'm not 100% sure, but reviews are really awesome just because, for example, I have close to 100 reviews, not the most, but not the least, right? You want to have like more than like 7 or 8, right? But I do have close to 100 reviews. They're all 5-star reviews. I have the highest review. I don't have the most reviews, but I have the highest ranking reviews, I believe, in the area, which is good. It helps. It just more to talk about, because that's just another intricate part of like growing your business. Oh, T-Town 10 says, I know the reviews. You can see if it's sent yet or if it's in the queue. Very good. Very good. So yes, let me see. I haven't received that yet. We've been talking for about 50 minutes now. I think I've pretty much gone over everything. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes in regards to seeing if we can get this link actual. But I went over where to get them, how to go to new documents, explaining what they are. We went over the reviews in the instructions that TintWiz provides us specifically. I did go over some additional things that I did learn while messing with documents, learning documents, and figuring out how to be most efficient with documents. The only thing that I can see, and I think T-Town Tints is right, is that the SMS for sending documents is not instantaneous. Not a problem. You know, we just kind of, it's like anything in life. You just gotta be like a log in a river and just go with the flow, baby. It'll come through eventually. I did show you guys how it's gonna look to the client on the computer and everything else like that. If there's anyone right now that's watching that might have some questions, concerns, shout outs, criticisms, now is the time. I'll give it about 2 minutes. Let me set my timer here. I'll give it 2 minutes, and then I'll go ahead and close out the live stream. So I am going to go over to Facebook. And see if there's any questions in the Facebook group. I really got to reset my internet. Oh, number of questions, comments, 6 comments. So let's go over the comments here. A technician told me that the docs only sent via email, but there is a workaround to send docs SMS docs. Oh, maybe that's why docs only get sent to email. Then why would they confirm the SMS? Maybe they're just confirming the information. That's a very good one. So what I'm doing here is we're just going over questions that were initiated within the private group. So John McGranham says, a technician told me that the docs only send via email, but there is a workaround to send SMS docs. Do you like, John, what is the workaround? Or maybe ask them what the workaround is. Okay. TJ says, do you only sell ceramics? Well, no, within my business, I don't only sell ceramics. I sell carbon, and then I sell 2 ceramics. Wade says, I'm going to check out Tint Wiz later. Got to go tint some units, man. Thanks, Patrick. No worries, Wade. Thank you very much. Marco, group experts, the film trainer. You guys might know him. Very good looking guy with a beard, works for Expel. He says, if you can learn an iPhone/Android, you can learn Tint Wiz. That's right, baby. That's right. I love it. It says 6 comments. I only see 4. How do I get in here? Are there replies? No. You see how great I am with technology? I'm like, there's only 4. It says 6 right there. Okay. Oh, TJ says, "Are you going to be at Tinter Battles by chance?" Yes, the plan is that I will be at Tinter Battles. Yes, this year was a little finicky. I've gone. I didn't make the first Tinter Battles. Shame on me because I didn't know what it was, and I'm pretty sure Eric almost like fell over dead because he's like, "You going to Tinter Battles?" I'm like, "What is that?" He's like, "You're an online presence. You don't know what the hell Tinter Battles is? It's the only thing everyone is talking about." I'm like, I understand that, but anyways, so I did make it to the second Tinder Battles in Orlando, which was a great time. Um, and I did not make it to the tint off this year. First time in 5 years I didn't make it to the tint off. But first year in the shop, I had to, I had to hold it down, keep my thumb on it, and make sure things are going smoothly here. Just the breaks. So yeah, I will be at Tinder Battles this year. John says, then you can text the link to the customer. That was the workaround. Okay. Okay. So John got back to us. Here we go. What's the workaround? Because it only sends via email, apparently. Save the document on the project, click on it, and copy the sign link. Oh, okay. Okay. So let's go back here. So it can't be sent through via text because I still haven't received it, right? So how do I send this link to someone's phone so they can sign it so they don't have, because most people are, like, they might have it through they should have it in the email on their phones, right? But most people are dumb. So let's see here. Go here, go to sign link, and then you can just, I'm assuming right now, just copy this link or details and copy the link right here. And then you can turn around and text it to them. I'm on a computer, so what I would have to do is, my first initial thought was that I have to copy this link and send it to my phone, then I can send it to them. But no, you don't have to do that. You're going to be on your phone. You can be on your phone with TintWiz, and then just do that there. I can't screen share my thing, but like, you go into the TintWiz app on your phone, right? And you do the same exact thing that I just did here. You go to, in the TintWiz app, you go to a particular project, you go to the scroll down, you hit details, and you can copy this link right here within your phone, and then copy it, and then go to their phone number and then just send it to them. So let me try that right now. Let's see if that works. Projects, John Doe test, coming down to documents, details, copy link, copied. Now I have text capability on my phone. Paste it, send it. And obviously I'll receive it. Yep. That's the workaround. John, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you telling us that workaround. So often, like, people are like, "Oh, I have the answer," and then I don't. I'm like, "Great, what is it?" And they dip, and you're like, "Awesome, thank you, appreciate that." But yeah, that was actually really awesome. Thank you, John. Thank you so much. Let's go. Let me see if there's any other questions, and then we'll close it out. I do see some questions over here on chat live, so we will be going over that. John says, "No problem, man. Thanks for the vid." Man, thank you for helping out the video. Hopefully, in the future, they will just add a button to do this. Yes, let's. TintWiz is very good, but it's a brand new feature. They don't know what problems they have until they are presented to them. And I do know that TintWiz will do their due diligence if they feel that they can make something better. That I would lay my life on the line on that, because I know for sure they would do that. So, John, thank you very much for participating and helping us with this. Definitely a win. Let me check out the other Facebook group, Window Tinting Business Public Group. See if there's any questions here. One share, a couple likes, no comments there. Okay. Facebook groups are done. Let me run through the questions here, and then I'm good. There we go. T-Town 10 says, I have built over 150 reviews using the TintWiz, using TintWiz for reviews. I have 184 reviews in 2 years. That is amazing. And the fact that TintWiz can help, like, again, this is not just your normal CRM like software. Like, it doesn't just help you organize your shit. Like, it helps you build your business. Keep it organized, keep it consistent, make the money, rinse and repeat. I mean, what more else could you ask for, really? It says that, I'm going to guess the workaround is. Oh man, T-Town Tints, you're a genius, my friend. He says, I'm going to guess the workaround is to copy and paste the URL and send with your own phone to them. Yep. So sometimes I'm so in depth in like shooting this video and sharing the screen shares and stuff like that. That like, yeah, that's the logical thing. Just copy the link and send it via your phone. T-Town Tints got it. John told me. You guys all know it now. Workaround concluded. T-Town Tint says, and I tint out of my house too. Fucking hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. I mean, I got a shop just because I wanted a shop, but maybe you don't want a shop. I know one of the best tinters in this area is Mr. Tint, I believe. Very nice guy. I think his name is D. Very nice guy, very chill. He's actually come to my shop. He knows who I am. He's come to my shop to buy DSP for me. Like, totally cool cat. And he just turned his entire garage into a waiting area and a working facility. He's got over 200 Google reviews, and I believe he actually has 5-star reviews on all 200 of them. So I might have to retract my previous statement saying that I have the most and the best. He definitely has the most and the best. So and there's nothing wrong if you guys are interested in this industry and trying to get into this industry and making money, making a life and making a career. There's so many levels and facets that you can do it at. Martin Fowler does amazing revenue, and he's 100% mobile. Some cats work out. I worked out of my garage for 2 years, worked out of my garage and did mobile, right? Some cats want to get a shop. Some cats, like, there's like, you just, if you're in a shop, like, some people feel like you need to be in a shop so that people can take you seriously, right? I believe 3, 4, 5 years ago, the stigma of mobile tinters was very, very tainted. Guy shows up, cigarette out of his mouth, box of Amazon film. I'm here to tint your car. Out under the tree, copy that. Dirt, grime, wrinkles, creases, garbage installation. Give me my $150. Don't call me if there's a problem. That's what it was. So like, when I first started this journey, I wanted to create a professional mobile tinting unit. And I believe that's what I achieved. And it's always been a dream of mine to open up and own my own shop. So that's why my path has led me to here. But the shop is not the only career path that will lead you to success. When you're ready for a shop, or if you need a shop, it's like being in love. You know when you know, and if you don't know, it's a no. So T-Town Sense, oh yeah, shout out to DSP and my new TintWiz DSP. I have a tiny time supply, but I bet now, LOL, maybe not, but a lot. Oh my gosh, a lifetime. Oh, I have a lifetime supply, I bet. Oh yeah, you do have a lifetime supply. T-Town Tints, I need to do, and thank you for telling me this. T-Town Tints, if you guys don't know, was a winner for a lifetime supply of DSP, which means he never has to pay for it. I believe, yeah, he never has to pay for it. There was I believe the agreement was the DSP logo tattooed on you, sir. And in the event of a tattoo of the DSP logo, you would receive a lifetime supply of DSP. So I do have to double check that, but email me at dryshrinkprep.com, and then that way I'm going to send you a special discount code, and the code only works for like 3 people as of right now. and it'll only work for you. So I can tell people the code, but if their email isn't sent in or logged into the system, then it won't work for them. So you can tell everyone the code, but it's family, by the way. The code is family. So, but it only work for specific people like you. So I need the email. Oh, he says no, I didn't get lifetime. I just got a lot of it. Ah, copy that. See how like gullible I am? I'm like, for anyone else, if you guys want a lifetime supply of DSP, all I need from you is to tattoo the dry shrink prep logo. I'll give you a couple options anywhere on your body, and you will receive a lifetime supply of DSP. Hand of God, promise you. All right, guys. I think that's it for today. I think we went over a lot of different things. Yeah, I think it was a good morning and a great video. Thank you guys for taking the time to educate yourselves and get into this deep dive. Thanks again for TintWiz for being fucking badass. They're always badass. I love them. Thank you so much for constantly updating and improving the system. And it's just a wonderful experience that's been with me for the last 3 or 4 years. So yeah, for more information, check it out at tintwiz.com. They are a sponsor of the channel. So yep, they're always helpful for me and my growth as well. It's available for download on Android and iOS, a free 30-day trial at sign up. If you guys need help, go on Facebook, find the TintWiz community, find other tinters that have used TintWiz. There's a lot of people that will help you out here, guys. We're about improving the industry, helping others succeed, and that's just what we do, baby. Just what we do. So thank you again, guys. Currently just a little under 10 o'clock. I'm going to enjoy my morning and a cup of coffee. I love you guys. Have a great Thanksgiving. Have a great Christmas. Merry Christmas to everyone. And love your family. Love your friends. Do good. I'll talk to y'all soon.